Round 2 action kicked off in Paris today at the final regular event on the ATP World Tour, with 3 of the players fighting for one of the remaining places at the World Tour finals in action at the BNP Paribas Masters. The first match on centre court saw 9th seed Youzhny needing to reach the final to have any chance of qualifying for London, up against the exciting Latvian Gulbis. Meeting for the third time, the first set lasted just 41 minutes, and appearing in the main draw here for the first time, the 22-year-old raced to a double break in the second set. Sensing impending defeat, the Russian called time on his season and his chance of taking part in the year-end finale. Gulbis added to his career-high match wins to make it 31 this year.
I think Youzhny is pretty much calling it a day there. And no surprises there, really, because it was obvious that he couldn't really compete with Gulbis, and he's given it his best possible effort, but obviously no energy left in the tank.
Next up, a first-round match to decide who will face third seed Andy Murray in the next round. Former world number 3 David Nalbandian versus last week's runner-up in Valencia, Marcel Granollers. After missing the tournament last year through injury, Nalbandian, who reached the final in 2008 and crowned champion the year before, sped to a commanding lead in the first set. Despite a wobble when serving for it, ultimately sealed it in 30 minutes. And he needed just another half an hour to close out the match in commanding style to improve his head-to-head record over the Spaniard to 3 without loss.
Since the Granollers was under pressure here, running forwards off balance.
That'll do it. David Nalbandian sends Marcel Granollers back to Barcelona to enjoy the beaches during the off-season. Couldn't match the class that Nalbandian brought to centre court.
I missed it last year, but that's okay. I mean, that thing happened. I got injured, so I couldn't play it. But feel good because a nice tournament. I have good memories. Last few years I played very good. So happy to be back and try to do a good tournament this year too.
Over on court 1, the South American Juan Monaco dispatched North American Sam Querrey in an hour and 25 minutes. After a tight tiebreak, he capitalised on some poor unforced errors from Querrey in the second to take the match and set up an encounter with 2009 champion Novak Djokovic. Brazilian Thomas Bellucci saw off a spirited challenge from German Philipp Kohlschreiber to progress to face number 10 seed Nikolai Davydenko in the second round. Both men struggled with their first serve but saved 9 of 12 break points between them. Back on centre court, French qualifier Arnaud Clément, after defeating Feliciano Lopez, faced another Spaniard, Fernando Verdasco, who began his final push to qualify for the Barclays ATP World Tour finals. Needed to reach at least the semis here to stand a chance, the world number 9 struggled to adapt to the fast conditions, and in pouncing on the only break point in the first set, Clément was halfway to matching his 2009 feat of reaching the third round. Verdasco's season looked over when broken early in the second set, but he sparked into life, winning every one of the next 10 games to seal the match and keep his dream of a return visit to the O2 alive.
Well, it's a perfect 10 of 10. The last 10 games going the way of Fernando Verdasco since he was down 3-2 in that second set. He stormed back to beat the Frenchman.
I'm just focused to try to play as best as I can here in Paris and try to win all the matches I can and don't really think too much about London because, you know, to qualify I need to do semis or more. So, you know, that's far away from now. I'm just in third round, so I want to go match by match and try to play the best I can here.
The tennis continues from Paris as we head into the evening session, with action from more Frenchmen in every match remaining on centre court.